Hello everyone. Today, in celebration of Xi's third term in office, I'm going to be covering a game very few have heard of. In fact, I might be the only person in the Western world to actually own it. Magic Jihad Wind Fantasy, a turn-based RPG developed by Hongyu Technology and released in the late 90s. Fun fact about this game, the title and all of the dialogue is actually completely interpretive because everything is written in Mandarin and Mandarin is utter gibberish. Before you pin that as some form of racially insensitive statement, let me ask you this. Have you ever tried translating Mandarin before? I have, and I really don't recommend it. With that in mind, the story? Yeah, that's not important. I mean, who really plays roleplay games for the story anyway? Like, you're telling me people gain satisfaction from reading text on a screen. Okay, buddy, keep telling yourself that. When you launch your executable, the game will probably look something like this. To fix this issue, go into your NVIDIA control panel and change your scaling mode to aspect ratio. Alternatively, you could just sit 3 inches away from your screen. The choice is yours. Now, in typical RPG fashion, you take control of 2 questionably aged magical girls. Please don't take that out of context. This is the menu you'll need to use in order to control them. With it, you can move around, attack, heal, and end your turn. The menu may look more complicated than expected, and that's because it is. I wish you the best of luck, because just like a neglectful father, I'm going to leave you to figure it out by yourself, and then come back later to tell you how you did everything wrong, and that you need to start over. Moving on, characters. The protagonist with pink hair is technically a healer. I don't actually know that for certain, but considering her attacks are extremely weak, and the fact that she has access to a pocket dimension full of healing items, I think it's safe to assume. However, due to the limitations of my primitive brain, I was incapable of understanding the concept of human compassion, and ended up using her as cannon fodder instead, or while using the other protagonist to wipe out every enemy on the map with various magic attacks such as setting them on fire with an orbital cannon, striking them down with lightning twice, and deatomizing them with a ball of light. Not only are these very effective, but more importantly, they are very entertaining. That is, as long as you can withstand the tinnitus that you'll inevitably develop. For me, this was just a small price to pay for the tiny trickle of dopamine I received every time one of my enemies got flayed alive. Unfortunately, the devs did try to balance these attacks by making each one require power and magic. While these are apparently a finite resource, you'll almost never have to worry about either of these. If you're low on power, just don't attack for a single turn. If you're low on magic, that's physically impossible. Once you've beaten a couple stages, you'll make your way to a town where you can do all kinds of leisurely activities, such as purchasing better gear and items, investing into the slave market, begging God for forgiveness for purchasing said slaves, and spending half an hour trying to figure out how to move on to the next stage, just to find out that all you had to do was click a random dialogue box in the center of the town. This game never fails to amaze me. I rate Magic Jihad Wind Fantasy 1959 out of 1961. If you take pleasure in self-inflicted suffering, this game is very much for you. In fact, it's pretty cheap. You can pick it up for about $2 in freedom units, or 14 yuan in true freedom units. As expected, more videos to come in 2023. Until then though, God bless you all and have a good night.